Are you bothered, as one coordinating the National Information Center, when you hear people make comments about politicization of security agencies in the country, and as DG of NOA, what would you do about it?
I am bothered. And I am bothered because my state of mind or being is based on the information I have. The information I have suggests correctness is coming from authentic sources, verified. And when these comments are made in the interest of the country, someone who is not privy to it, who sits down somewhere just say, they interpret the comments, the statements are interpreted in the wrong direction. They are completely and they are not fair to this country. They are not even fair to the citizens of this country. We should begin to trust our institutions. You see, there is nobody, like I said, who will come from any outer space to come and clear this mess that we are in. It's only us. And as Nigerians, we have to believe in these institutions that we have in order to build them. Every day we wake up and despite institutions, it will not work. It will not grow. Because it will become part of the national franchise that whoever is not in charge is against everybody. So let us select what is good, and stick to it and support it. In terms of national crisis, it is not about being partisan. Everybody needed to come together first to solve the problem. You can go back thereafter to be whatever you want to be. You can go to be the politician that you want to be. But the national crisis is a challenge to the country. It's a challenge to the value. The value is Nigeria. So let's go back, solve it first. Then we return to the trenches. We don't take advantage. Anybody who politicizes this issue of insecurity is taking advantage of the entire country, sadly.
What if they feel they have very strong reasons to say what they say?
I wish this reason. So platforms exist for them to, to discuss these issues, to table these issues, and they can get clarification. Most of the comments, like I said, I made are uninformed. And because they are uninformed, they confuse the citizens. And the maximum impact is not obtained as a result of this process.
In that case, the NOA hasn't actually done enough? Because I'm excited, on one hand, that you've been able to give monies, funding to all your arm, irrespective of what local government they are. But again, on the other hand, if you marry that with what we have seen in times past, I always will go back to MAMSA. I still have it up there in my head what MAMSA was doing. Even you recall, it was also set up at that point in time to help Nigerians transit into a democratic government and tell them so many things, how they can participate in elections, the democratic process. For NOA and what Chamberlain has asked, do you think that that particular agency which you had has done enough of sensitization and reorientation to the extent that we all will embrace what exactly it is?
I'm not given to bulk passing. But when I joined NOA, I knew the state it was in. It was really, really there, down the other end of the stick. So we needed to reorganize. We needed to organize to attract attention. We needed to attract interest. We needed to showcase what we can do with the capacities within NOA. Between that time and today, we have done so much. It's not enough. I'm not saying it's enough. We are not there yet, but we will get there. The NOA has a responsibility to mobilize citizens, to organize citizens. The NOA, like any other institution in this country, is work in progress. We have not reached there yet. And it cannot succeed by itself unless citizens also key into or understand what they want. Unless citizens understand the laws of this country, unless they understand why they have subjected themselves to the authority of government. And that is why all of these are included in the various campaigns that we are taking. So citizens, why do I have to go and urge you to come out to vote? It should be part of the natural democratic culture of a democratic society. But we have to do that. So we will get there eventually, where citizens would understand what their basic role is. Like we've always said, see, government has a responsibility to citizens, some of them 100%. But citizens have other responsibilities to government, also 100%. So you cannot abandon everything to government and say, because I have a government in place, then I go to sleep.
All right, we're winding down now and then closing. Is there a plan beyond the 2015 elections for the NOA to sustain the activities?
Yes, that is why one of the things we did was to launch the Do the Right Thing Wage Peace campaign. And the idea is to ensure that as many people speak with one voice, send one message to neighbors, to their friends and the community, that look, Nigeria matters to us more than the ambition of all politicians. And if they are politicians, we are Nigerians. There is something that they cannot take away from us. And what they cannot take away from us is our citizenship. They can be president of Nigeria. They can leave us as citizens, go be president of Nigeria, finish as president, they change their name, they will come back as citizens. That they cannot take from us. And so we should also belong to a political party of citizens to protect our common destiny. And the only way to do this is to reject violence. So this is the campaign that we have started, Do the Right Thing, which is funded and driven first by the Accord. We intend to consolidate this campaign and take it even post-election, because we need to have citizens talk to themselves, agree most of the times than resorting to violence. And that is why we came up with this, some of these IEC materials. Well, this is one of what we did for the political parties that I mentioned. And apart from that, we have quite a number of publications here. The brochure for the 2015 elections, and then this one, which showed the presidential candidates and leaders of these political parties hugging themselves and saying this. So if this is what you believe, leave it.
So if they have not seen this in local governments, they should hold your local government heads and Lagos State Director responsible.
We have printed a number of things and have sent have sent to local government areas. We are interpreting them to local languages with the support of the European Union and digital, like I mentioned earlier, for distribution to communities. Jingles will come in various languages, as many languages as possible, so that the message remains with the people.
All right.
And this register, I hope you will sign for me. I want you to sign this register for me. I will leave it here with you for your guests and all visitors. If you make it, you leave it here as they come every day. You should sign this
10 million
commitment
signatures for peaceful elections.
Yes, they should sign this commitment, because they come here to discuss peace. Some of the hate messages could even come from this platform. Let them continue to sign this until we collect 10 million signatures, which will be used to reinforce the need for peace in this country.
All right. We'll see what we can do about that. Okay, so thank you very much indeed for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to have you guys, to be in your company. And I wish to come back again.
We'll love to host
you
again.
It's always a delight to be with you.
Thank you. Well, that's Mr. Mike Omeri, the Director General of National Orientation Agency and coordinating the National Information Center.